You probably use it every single day and you don't even realize it. It's not the flashy stuff you see on the web. Nope. It's the powerful, hidden engine running just about everything, from your bank to your Android phone. So today, we're going to tell the really unlikely story of Java. And it all boils down to this one kind of crazy question. How on earth did a language that was designed for interactive TV, for smart remote controls, completely miss its target, but then accidentally become the absolute bedrock of the entire corporate world? It's a wild story of failure, a really lucky pivot, and one game-changing idea. And here's the surprising part. That story doesn't begin with some world-changing success. It actually begins with a total failure, a project that was just way, way ahead of its time.
Okay, so let's go back to 1991. A team at Sun Microsystems, led by a guy named James Gosling, kicks off something called the Green Project. Now, their goal had nothing to do with the web. They wanted to create software for the next generation of smart devices, specifically for interactive cable TV boxes. They even built this cool prototype called the Star 7, but the cable industry just wasn't ready for it. The project was on the chopping block. It looked like a complete dead end.
But the technology they built, it was just too good to throw away. It just needed a new purpose. And, as it turns out, a brand new name.
The language James Gosling created was first called Oak, and the reason why is pretty simple. There was a beautiful, big oak tree right outside his office window. A nice origin story, right? But it wasn't meant to last.
When they went to trademark the name, they hit a wall. Turns out, Oak Technologies already existed, so they needed a new name, and fast. The team did what a lot of us do when we need some inspiration. They went to a local coffee shop. And after kicking around a few ideas, they landed on Java, which, is slang for coffee. It sounded energetic, it sounded fun, and it totally stuck.
But look, a cool name wasn't what made Java a revolution. Not at all. Its real power, its superpower, was that it solved one of the biggest headaches in software development at the time.
See, before Java, programming was, it was a pain. If you wrote a program, you had to recompile it and a lot of the time rewrite parts of it for every single operating system. Your Windows program wouldn't work on a Mac, and that Mac program wouldn't work on Linux. It was just so inefficient and super expensive.
Java's brilliant solution was the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM. The best way to think of it is as a universal translator that lives inside any computer or device. The JVM basically creates this consistent layer on top of any operating system, so the Java code itself doesn't have to care if it's running on Windows, a Mac, or anything else.
So here's how it works. A developer writes their code just one time. That code gets compiled into this universal format called bytecode. Then the JVM on any device, a server, your laptop, a phone, takes that bytecode and translates it into instructions that the local machine can understand. This led to this incredibly powerful promise that completely changed programming. Write once, run anywhere. So with this new superpower, Java was ready to take on the world. But its first shot at stardom wasn't exactly what you'd expect. It actually stumbled pretty hard before it found its true calling. The initial hype was all about something called Java applets, these tiny little programs that could run inside a web browser. And yeah, it was cool for the time, but they were full of security holes and performance problems, and they just kind of faded away. But while the public was looking at applets, big businesses saw Java's real strengths, its security, its structure, and its rock-solid stability. It became the perfect language for the back end, the heavy-duty server-side systems that power banks, e-commerce sites, and insurance companies. Then, two huge things happened that really cemented Java's place in the modern world. First, in 2008, Google chose Java as the foundation for the Android operating system, which put it directly into the pockets of billions of people. Then, in 2010, the tech giant Oracle bought Sun Microsystems, taking over the development of Java and really solidifying its role in the corporate universe. So, after all these years, where does Java stand today? I mean, it might not get the headlines like some of the newer, trendier languages, but its influence is just staggering. Get this, a massive 90% of Fortune 500 companies rely on Java to run their critical back-end systems. So when you make a credit card transaction or book a flight or use your online banking app, there is an extremely high chance that Java is the engine making it all happen, just humming along silently and reliably in the background. Of course, no language is perfect. Java's strengths are undeniable: that portability, its really robust memory management, and just a huge ecosystem of support. But on the other hand, it's also known for being a bit verbose, requiring a lot of boilerplate code for simple tasks. And sometimes it can have slower startup times and use more memory than some newer languages. There's this one description that I think just says it all. Java is the adult in the room. It may not be the newest or the flashiest tool out there, but it is the stable, reliable bedrock that so much of our digital world has built on. It's really a testament to a project that basically failed its way into becoming one of the most important technologies ever created. So that leaves us with a final thought, right? Java's whole philosophy of stability and run-anywhere compatibility has given it this incredible staying power for more than a quarter of a century. The question now is, what ideas and what technologies are going to define the digital bedrock for the next generation?